Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And despite Absorbing Man having one of the coolest in-game models in the game and some of the most gorgeous skill animations and most unique ones we've seen in a while, this is going to be a difficult review because he has to compete with his wife Titania, Juggernaut, and of course the Breaker of Worlds, Hulk Tier 4. So I fully recognize that a lot of people are probably looking at this and saying, oh, Alex left this review until the end. Absorbing Man is probably the worst or the weakest of the four. And you know what? I'll just get that out of the way right away. Yeah, he might actually be the weakest of the four, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a lot going for him. And again, as we say with so many characters, including Tier 4 Hulk or Tier 4 Storm or even other characters like that, it really depends on what your roster needs. So stick around in the video because you may end up realizing after a couple of minutes into the review that you actually need a character like Absorbing Man in your life. Snap, snap. So why do I really like Absorbing Man? Well, it actually comes from the fact that not only does he play really easily and really smoothly and consistently, but he also has just a face tank mentality like the other characters in this update. So you have his third skill where he has this screen lagging slam, but really the benefit here is he turns purple, which is a really cool visual indicator, but he also gives himself that accumulation, that damage accumulation and the immunity. Then you have his really nice fifth skill where he jumps up into the air and then he rains up and down. He goes both ways, baby. He rains up and down, but the nice thing is once he goes up, you can cancel this and you still get those hammers on those chain hammers coming up from the ground. So a really easy combo, and your main combo for Absorbing Man is 3 cancel 5 into 4. Now you can cancel 5 a little early, as I just did, and I'll probably do this during a couple of my runs against Null and Mephisto, but it's just something you need to practice, because once you get it, and I've messed it up twice now, once you get it, it's pretty easy. You almost have to wait for the first swing to happen, but then you basically get, what was that, 250 hits. That's a bunch of targets for sure. But if we isolate just one target here, and his second skill is actually a really cool follow-up as well. He's got this like cartwheel thing. He just looks really cool. He looks like a lightning, it looks like Barry Allen with a chain, right? It's really cool. So anyways, we highlight one enemy here. Wow, okay, so the combo without 5 is 26 hits, which is nice. With 5, here we go. It is 50 hits. That is quite nice, and that is before you factor in the sixth skill. And again, I messed up the fifth skill. The fifth skill timing definitely takes a little bit of practice, but you can probably clock in over 100 hits here once you get the combo down. Yeah, there you go. Exactly 100 hits. So exactly 50 hits, exactly 100 hits. He turns purple. What else does he got that makes him worth considering? He's got 30% guaranteed dodge. And he's got damage reduction, which is nice for his defenses. And he also has just a passive, a frenzy buff, which means that you can soft cap his crit rate a lot sooner. You also have a heal on every single skill. That does mean you're going to have to invest more gold into leveling up his skills in order to get the full heal. But it also means that you can just face tank. You literally can just face tank because he has really short cooldowns, as you're going to see, 14 seconds, 14 seconds. So he's very proc friendly. Very easy to play, and it's just a very, very, very smooth rotation. He also has 25% chain hit damage, which is very nice, and super armor means he doesn't get guard broken by attacks. He can get stunned, but he doesn't get guard broken. So all of this is really, really nice, on top of the fact that he then has max HP, ignore defense if you have bad cards, and ignore dodge. So what I actually see Absorbing Man is a really good pickup for newer players. Now, of course, newer players are also going to want to focus on like the super meta characters, so I can see why there's going to be some contradiction, or not contradiction, like cynicism here. Like, Alex, you want me to focus on Iron Man and Thor and all these new uniforms, Hulk, etc. We got to get the support characters like Taskmaster, but then you want me to get Absorbing Man? I don't know about that, but he's really so easy to build and so easy to play because of everything that they've put into his kit. So they purposely made him super duper easy and super duper fun to play. And then of course his accumulation is based on damage dealt, not damage taken, so you don't even have to worry about getting hit. This build here is very basic. It's just a 180 proc obelisk There's nothing else going on. I think he would be great with an energy. There's also going to be a lot of people that use him with a rage because of ABX and this new team combo where you use Titania, Absorbing Man, and Juggernaut all at the same time. But yeah, this is the rest of the build. I have Power of Angry Hulk stage 12, and then we have just, you know, some 6-star, 4-star, and 1-star Uru. Nothing too crazy here. But yeah, I do think that while Absorbing Man is going to be replaced by other characters, or not replaced, but overshadowed by other characters, I do think for now he is very, very good. So I'm going to show you, not only is he very, very good, but it's very appealing to players who don't have everything set up on their account for max runs. So I'm going to show you like a dead team. So like no team up, no leadership, assuming that, you know, again, besides the Pierce, you're trying to simulate the fact that you don't really have a whole roster built up, a whole squad built up for you, right? And we can use one ignore dodge striker and whatever other strikers we have here. And we're going to go in and see how he does. Remember, super easy rotation. We're going to do 3, cancel 6, cancel 5, and then into 4. And he rattles off huge 9-ish bars. We're going to use the co-op skill into the 4 to dodge the first cage. Now, one nice thing, but also one thing that's a bit tricky with Absorbing Man, is that you can get sucked into an over-eager rotation because he has such low cooldowns. Yes, remember, it's like 5 seconds, 5.5 second cooldown on his skills. That's really short when you're on a 7-second timer for. I'm going to do that, dodge the cage there. Really nice stuff there from Absorbing Man. We use the 6 skill to dodge the cage. But yeah, you don't want to get too early. You don't want to start too early. So that's why you do want to splash in 2, but then you want to wait a second. If you don't get interrupted like this, if you get interrupted like this was quite unfortunate. I got like chain stunned. But yeah, otherwise, look at this. He's putting down 2-3 bars worth of damage. Very easy rotation. And you can actually, because his cooldowns are so low, if you start right away, you can actually afford to cancel after the first couple of hits on the 5. So the canceling on 5 is actually very forgiving after the first rotation. The first rotation, it's a little bit more, it needs to be a little bit more precise, but after that, you don't. So, like, this is what I think about Absorbing Man. Like, obviously, he's not going to be, he's not going to compete with Juggernaut as a paywall, or, you know, Hulk as a tier 4, or Titania, who has, you know, higher accumulation and the leadership and the passive support, right? You can see she's got a lot going for him, and you know, he's still pretty good, but he doesn't have all that. But on the other hand, they made him to be so new player friendly. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love how easy he is to play offensively, defensively. They really, I think they really did it on purpose, and it definitely shows. Because you basically would have to try to goof it up with him. There we go. And as I say that, I goof it up and I proc on 5 instead of 4. But the damage is still pretty good. Yeah, the only thing he's missing, basically, and he has really far targeting, which is also quite nice. He's got nice movement speed. He can tank a hit or 2. But yeah, the only thing he's really missing, in my opinion, is guaranteed crit rate. If he had that, ooh, he'd be really, really good with a rage. He's got really nice burst damage. Like, you see, he's going into the dragon phase, but I still get off more than a bar's worth of damage because the damage on his hits are so early in the rotation, like so early and so snappy, that you can squeeze them in even when you have a very, very short amount of time in which to proc. Or not to proc, but to hit him before he does something that, you know, is going to push your character out of the way or do some kind of thing or whatever. Let's see if we can dodge this. We definitely can. Yup, see? See what I'm saying? So it's like high burst damage, tons of survivability, so easy to play. He's got it all. He's got it all. Really a nice one here. So look, we're going to pop this off. Huge damage. But then we can just stay here because of the healing. So it's like, it's so good, man. It's honestly so good. Again, not the most, and it's really cool how he changes color. If you've used the 3rd skill recently, he changes color in his final attack animation. The other stage that I want to compare him on is the stage of 29, where we've been comparing all of these characters. I'm thinking he's going to be a little bit slower, but we're going to do with a double support here. Two things I want to test here: survivability and defenses. Because for Absorbing Man, and especially like I'm saying, if you're on a lower end account, you're not going to have every striker in the world available to you. So I want to see if we throw him right into the fire, and he's just got that puny 6% heal popping off every skill, with every single skill, that 6% heal. Is that enough, right? Without fire resist strikers, without all this extra stuff, is that enough? The damage looks pretty good. We're seeing numbers in the low 400k. Okay. And he's gone. The nice thing with Rage is you can also play it, for example, you can play out the third skill to get that slam to add some extra hits to your combo. See there? Really late proc. That's okay. All right. Okay, there we go. That's good, man. That's good. Again, yeah. I'm digging this. Personally, I'm digging this. I'm not going to have a lot of places to use Absorbing Man because I've already passed these stages. But if I was starting a new account, I would look long and hard at Absorbing Man before passing on him. Because there's a lot here. Like, he's basically the total package. That's the word I'm looking for. He's basically the total package. Not going to blow you away in any one category, but he's going to be that workhorse who can do whatever kind of stage you throw at him. Even if you're not a good player, even if you're still learning the game, he's super forgiving with the rotation, with the healing, you know. He's got snappy, cool animations, right? The only thing I wish is he had, like, a 2-second invincibility or immunity on one of his other skills. Here we go, pop off. Could have been a little bit more damage, but the survivability is excellent. The survivability is excellent. Super delayed proc there. We might have to go through one more of these, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Didn't get enough damage to dodge this second enrage phase. We had a few very late procs, but that's okay. Because defensively, he is thriving. Defensively, he is thriving. Okay, finish it off. Now, here's the thing. Unlike Juggernaut and Titania, who are going to struggle a bit more in this phase, because... Oh, I didn't cancel. I canceled 5 too late. Dang it. Still gotta practice that. But yeah. No, it's not. The damage there's not bad. Oh, I got guard broken? Wow. That skill guard breaks you, eh? Wow. So that must go through immunity anyways. Or, sorry, guard break immunity anyways. Well, yeah. Guard break immunity. I just said immunity. But yeah, whereas other characters who accumulate based on damage taken are going to struggle a little bit in this phase because Mephisto doesn't really do that many attacks to, you know, accumulate from. Absorbing Man just keeps on trucking, baby. Look at that. Boom! 5 bars. We haven't had a boom here on the channel in a while. Decent movement speed. Could be better, could be worse. He's no Juggernaut with that crazy speed, but he's certainly no Storm either. And whereas you are going to see characters that are faster than Absorbing Man, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a really hard time finding a character who is easier and more consistent to play. And you know what? That's something that in the past I haven't highlighted, and in the past I haven't made as big of a deal out of. But let's face it, not everyone wants to sit there and struggle and suffer trying to get the perfect run with a character like Shang-Chi or like Juggernaut, or, you know, a character that you need to accumulate on. Some players just want to come in, have fun, clear the stage in a relaxing way, and go about their other dailies. And I think Absorbing Man perfectly reflects that. This is a little tight, which does worry me for his ability to do this with less Pierce. And he also has the double team up. I'm trying to think. Okay, well, that's a lot of tornadoes there. I'm trying to think. I mean, a CTP would definitely add time to this. this is a little slow, which yeah, puts him behind someone like Titania. Titania is still pretty easy to play, but overall I would say he is easier. But yeah, that's where it sort of lands with Absorbing Man. If you take a look at his skills, you will get the impression maybe from the healing and from the accumulation and stuff that he could be good for PvP. But unfortunately, he doesn't have an iframe ignore skill or a counterattack skill. So I think PvP is kind of out of the question, which again is a shame. He has reflect, his physical reflect and stuff like that, and damage reduction and all defense. Not Absorbing Man. Well, Absorbing Man was tried. Moonbro tried Absorbing Man in PvP, but the results were less than ideal. He has some value as a reflect, as a physical reflect character, but I think Luke Cage just does that job better and is tankier and is more consistent in that regard. Maybe has less damage than Absorbing Man because he's an older character, but yeah, defensively, I definitely think Absorbing Man doesn't really have what it takes to hang with the big dogs. His defenses are quite low, barely 20k on the Fizz, and then not having the iframe ignore skill just leaves him as a sitting duck. But he looks cool in PvP, so that is always an option for you if you like that kind of stuff. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Absorbing Man. Definitely not the standout of this update, but I really like the rework, and I can really appreciate the reworks when they're done this way, because it gives you a little bit of something for everyone, right? If you want to min-max and you want to really push the meta, Hulk and Titania are calling your name. If you want something a little bit more new player friendly, Absorbing Man is right there to fill that gap. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.